The Saddledome was originally supposed to cost $84 million. But back in April, Olympic officials discovered the bill would be higher, as much as $16 million higher.
Let's be honest. Not every NHL arena gives you that goosebumps on entry feeling. Some of them make you wonder if you accidentally walked into a minor league rink or an airport hangar with nachos. The NHL might be all about speed, skill, and spectacle, but a bad arena, that can ruin the magic faster than a broken Zamboni. So today, we're taking a deep dive into the 5 worst arenas in the NHL. The ones that make players roll their eyes, fans groan, and visiting teams pray the Wi-Fi at least works. We're talking bad seats, busted sound systems, food that should be illegal, and locations so inconvenient you'd need a GPS, patience, and maybe a helicopter to get there. We'll start in a place where hockey passion runs deep, but the arena, let's just say it's showing its age. KeyBank Center, Buffalo Sabres. If you asked NHL fans to describe the KeyBank Center in one word, most wouldn't say arena, they'd probably say time capsule. Opened in 1996, it's the kind of place that still feels stuck in the late 90s. Not in a charming retro way, but in a did they ever fix this kind of way. Let's start with the obvious, attendance. The Sabres finished last in the NHL in 2023-24 for fan turnout. That's right, a franchise once fueled by blue-collar passion now struggles to fill even half the seats. You could blame it on the years of bad hockey, but walk through the concourse once, and you'll get it. Narrow walkways, flickering lights, rust creeping up the railings. It's less sports cathedral and more abandoned mall with ice. The infrastructure issues are legendary. The escalators are so narrow they cause traffic jams worthy of rush hour. The concourses feel like tight tunnels from a Cold War bunker. And the Jumbotron? It's the smallest one in the NHL. Smaller than some high school scoreboards. Fans sitting in the upper bowl joke that they can see the future easier than the replays. Then there are the broken basics. Cracked seats, busted cup holders, and a sound system that sometimes makes announcers sound like they're underwater. You'd think a franchise with this much history would invest in a facelift. But ownership has dragged its skates. Even worse, when the arena lease expires, no one wants to claim it. Not the city, not the county. Everyone knows it's a money pit. For a fan base that bleeds blue and gold, KeyBank feels like a cruel reminder of what Buffalo hockey used to be. The energy is still there. It's just buried under decades of chipped paint and bad acoustics. And if you think things are bad in Buffalo, wait until we drive 30 minutes west of nowhere. Because Ottawa's problem isn't what's inside the arena. It's where the arena actually is. Canadian Tire Center, Ottawa Senators. If KeyBank Center feels outdated, the Canadian Tire Center's biggest issue is location, location, location. And by that, we mean wrong, wrong, wrong. Built in Canada, a sleepy suburb 30 minutes outside downtown Ottawa, this arena is the NHL equivalent of putting a Starbucks in the middle of a cornfield. From the start, fans hated the commute. There's no subway, no convenient bus system, and only a few major roads leading in or out. On game night, traffic stretches for miles, and parking lots turn into post-game purgatories. Fans joke that you can miss an entire period just trying to exit the lot. And they're not wrong. Inside, things don't get much better. While the arena technically seats over 18,000, you wouldn't know it by the thousands of empty chairs that regularly show up on TV broadcasts. The food options are limited, many concession stands shut down during smaller events, and the concourses feel like an afterthought. Long, plain, and lacking personality. And let's talk atmosphere. Even when the Senators were good, the energy never matched the occasion. Playoff games felt half-muted, not because of the fans.
Last night, 36 saves in total. Well, Craig will be watching from the sidelines tonight. It's anticipated.
but because it's hard to get loud in a building that feels disconnected from the city it represents. Ottawa deserves a team that feels central to the community, not literally outside it. Players and analysts alike have called the setup isolating. Visiting teams stay downtown, fans live downtown, and yet the arena's in Canada, a solid Uber ride away from anything resembling nightlife. Want a beer after the game? You'll find a Tim Hortons before you find a bar. To their credit, the team knows it's a problem. Plans for a new downtown arena in LeBreton Flats are underway, which is basically the entire city's collective sigh of relief. But until that's built, the Canadian Tire Centre remains a hockey venue stranded in suburbia. Inconvenient, uninspired, and frankly, overdue for retirement. And if you thought Ottawa's arena was misplaced, the next one might surprise you, because it's not just about where it is, but what's falling apart inside. Scotiabank Saddledome, Calgary Flames. From Ottawa's middle-of-nowhere rink, we head west to a building that's somehow both iconic and falling apart at the same time. The Scotiabank Saddledome. Opened in 1983, it's the second oldest arena in the NHL, and the years haven't been kind. In fact, calling it outdated is like calling a flip phone a little behind. Let's start with the structural nightmare. Engineers have been waving red flags for years, warning that the concrete ring beam holding up the roof is literally crumbling. Pieces of concrete have fallen off, and the team had to install safety nets to catch the debris. That's not rustic charm. That's a liability waiting for gravity.
The Saddledome was originally supposed to cost $84 million. But back in April, Olympic officials discovered the bill would be higher.
A 2018 assessment estimated nearly $50 million in needed repairs, including water damage, leaks, and rust spreading through the structure like a slow infection. Then there's the fan experience, or what's left of it. Cramped concourses, no escalators, steep staircases without proper railings. If you're carrying a beer and a pretzel, good luck making it to your seat in one piece. The lower bowl is tiny, the upper decks are steep, and the concrete floors look like they've hosted a few too many rodeos. The washrooms? Let's just say if you leave to use one, you might miss half a period standing in line. The Saddledome also struggles behind the scenes. Player facilities are ancient compared to modern NHL standards. Visiting teams complain about locker room size and amenities. Flames players have publicly admitted they need a new rink, with one even calling it embarrassing for a city that loves hockey this much. But finally, there's an end in sight. The Saddledome is set for demolition in 2027, once the new Scotia Place opens downtown. Until then, fans will keep cheering and occasionally dodging ceiling dust. And if Calgary's issue is decay, Florida's problem is the opposite. An arena that looks empty, forgotten, and lost in the wrong zip code. Amerant Bank Arena, Florida Panthers. Here's the thing about Amerant Bank Arena. It's not bad because of what's inside. It's bad because of where it is. Built in Sunrise, Florida, this arena sits about 30 minutes from Fort Lauderdale and nearly an hour from Miami, meaning the only fans who find it convenient are retirees who already live nearby. For years, critics have joked that Amerant Bank Arena is where hockey goes to retire. It's massive, seating over 19,000, but often half empty. Even after the Panthers' recent Stanley Cup success, attendance numbers barely crack the league average. Why? Because unless you live in the Everglades, getting there feels like an expedition. Public transit? None. Ride shares? Pricey. Traffic? Miserable.
That, Michelle, presents our second period highlights, final game of the month of November.
Then there's the look of the place. From above, aerial photos make it look abandoned. Faded roof, dull exterior, parking lots that stretch endlessly across hot asphalt. Inside, it's not much better. The seats are dated, worn, and uncomfortable. The goal horn once shorted out during the Stanley Cup Finals because, of course it did. And while other arenas are upgrading to LED lighting, interactive boards, and modern lounge seating, Amerant feels like it's still waiting for Wi-Fi to load. Fans complain about poor food quality and dated decor. Even the team knows it's behind the curve. Planned renovations for the Upper Bowl were postponed indefinitely, leaving the place stuck in a design time warp. To make it worse, the Panthers' location kills atmosphere. South Florida fans want nightlife, energy, and easy access. Instead, they get a 30-minute drive to a suburban parking lot. Still, credit where it's due, the team has finally given fans a reason to show up. The problem is, they're showing up to an arena that looks better suited for a 1999 mall concert than the reigning Stanley Cup champions. And while Florida's arena might be distant and dated, Anaheim's is the kind of place that reminds you, even in the Sunshine State of California, some things age faster than others. Honda Center, Anaheim Ducks. The Honda Center should have aged gracefully. Built in 1993, it had the bones of a classic. Big market, great location, loyal fans. But after 30 years, the cracks are showing, both literally and figuratively. Let's start outside. The Honda Center's architecture screams 1990s. And not in a fun, nostalgic way. Those giant tinted windows? Fans call them the ugliest in the league. The building's beige and brick exterior looks like a DMV with hockey inside. It's more corporate office park than sports cathedral. Inside, things don't improve much. The decor is bland. Beige walls, standard lighting, and that generic late 90s arena feel where everything's functional, but nothing's exciting. Fans say it feels like watching hockey in a conference center. The attendance numbers are brutal. Despite sitting in a huge market, the Ducks ranked 29th in the NHL during the 2024-25 season, averaging just 15,806 fans per game. It's not just because the team's been bad, it's because the atmosphere's dead. Fans feel disconnected. There's no buzz, no spark, no reason to spend big when the team hasn't made the playoffs since 2018. Speaking of spending big, concessions are a joke. $10 for water, $20 for beer, and food that tastes like it's been waiting since warm-ups. You'd think for those prices they'd at least serve something resembling edible chicken tenders. Yes, the Ducks have renovation plans set through 2027. New seating, digital boards, improved hospitality areas. But for now, the Honda Center is what it's been for years. A once great venue slowly losing its shine. In a league where newer arenas offer luxury lounges, immersive screens, and actual personality, the Honda Center just exists. So there you have it. Arenas that range from crumbling, misplaced, and overpriced to flat out forgotten. But stay tuned, because next time we're diving into the 5 best NHL arenas. The ones that actually get it right. And that wraps it up. Buffalo's falling apart, Ottawa's too far, Calgary's crumbling, Florida's forgotten, and Anaheim's just boring. These arenas prove that not every NHL building can keep up with the game it hosts. They're not just old, they're stuck. Bad maintenance, bad design, bad locations. Take your pick. Fans deserve better, and honestly, so do the players skating in these barns. So tell me, which one takes the crown as the worst arena in the NHL? Drop your vote below, hit like if you've been stuck in a bad seat with a $20 beer, and subscribe, because next time we're ranking the best arenas, and contrast is going to be brutal.